Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Tennis, and we're joined by head coach Mark Doren. And Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations. Your men's team, the GLIAC regular season champion, and certainly have had a tremendous year on the men's side.
Yeah, it was a great year. It was a great weekend, the previous weekend, to be able to, solidify the outright by themselves. And on a long trip up to the UP, it always feels good for that 7.5-hour drive home for them to be able to celebrate and enjoy the ride home.
What does it mean to be able to continue that tennis tradition that has been so strong at Ferris State for so many years?
Yeah, it means a lot, and that's the best part about it, is the guys really, and both men and women, really, accept that tradition, accept the pressure of having that success and wanting it, and getting excited when they have an opportunity to be a part of it.
I know we just talked with Coach Anise, so seeing some of the other programs have success and experience championships, does that kind of fuel some of your players that want to be able to achieve that as well?
Definitely. I mean, it's exciting on our road trips to hear them just talking about the other sports in the van, and to be able to have them talk about going to the other sports and seeing the success. And on the way home the other day, the men talking about the women's golf team win the GLIAC and how exciting that was. And it's neat that they have this buy-in, especially for so many of my students that they didn't grow up in the college sports atmosphere. A lot of my international students didn't really know what that feels like, and to see some of them even as freshmen to buy in and get excited about that is pretty cool.
Obviously, after winning the GLIAC regular season championship, you earned the number one seed in the first round bye in the GLIAC tournament. And this past weekend, started off conference tournament play, semifinals, a big win over Davenport on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a great win. It was really solid tennis. I thought it was one of the better all-around matches we played. We had beaten Davenport 7-0 a few weeks earlier, but they're talented, and we knew that they were going to come at us and really try to get after it. And I really thought our focus was really good, and I thought that we played a really high-level tennis. Often you're worried about them looking past, the 4 seed and moving into the championship match, and I thought that they were really present in that match and knew that they had to take care of business on Saturday to even get to Sunday. And I thought the play was outstanding. I think that all through the lineup was really fun. We had a unique situation where 5 players were next to each other, and then a 6th player was on an entire bank of courts where you can't see him. And it was a freshman, Asungay Ndumbe. And Asungay was so loud that we could hear him through the walls. We could hear him on every court, and that really made everyone really excited to just keep fighting, and it was a lot of fun.
Obviously, with that win in the semifinals, as we see the highlights here, took on Wayne State, and a very outstanding program in the championship match on Sunday.
Yeah, it was an outstanding match. Obviously, the score shows a 4-0 loss, and that's tough. In a tournament, we play clinch, so as soon as one team gets to 4, you stop play. We were doing really well on the other courts, and even on the courts that we lost, we played really well. We beat them 4-3 during the season, and that's a good, it's a great result against the national runner-ups, and they brought it this weekend. I thought that, our depth won it for us earlier in the season, and our middle of the lineup was playing really well yesterday. Unfortunately, they had a couple, really experienced players, a D1 transfer at 5 singles and a senior at 6 singles that we knew were good, and they played some amazing tennis. And our guys played great tennis too, but just it wasn't our day overall.
How much of a great experience is that for a lot of your younger guys, seeing that opportunity in a pivotal match like that obviously comes with some pressure?
Yeah, I think it was good for our younger players and our older players, because we got to see, Wayne State went on this magical ride last year, making it to the national championship match, and that experience alone shows in their body language and their attitudes. And for us to be able to see that in a championship setting and be able to watch and see how they handled themselves is just a great learning experience for us. And I think that the underclassmen got a taste of it, and the upperclassmen got to see really what that next level looks like when they really turn it on. Obviously,
for the Bulldogs, I think 7 times in the last 8 years now you've reached the GLIAC tournament final, and certainly speaks to the history that Ferris State's had for so many years.
Yeah, it's a great tradition and something that we hope to continue. And and the guys talk about it a little, but we try not to talk about it too much. Just that added pressure is sometimes difficult, but they know that when you sign with Ferris, it comes with an expectation of excellence, and that's why they put in the time. And I think that they would they would not feel great if their number wasn't on that banner the next year. So it's exciting to have that team goal. This weekend we had an amazing weekend with all 6 of our players being recognized on All GLIAC, and we're the only team that had more than 3. So it was pretty exciting for them to get the individual awards, but all year be focused on that team award.
Congratulations to you as well. Named the GLIAC Coach of the Year, and I know a lot of credit goes to your outstanding players, but certainly had a big impact on them.
Thanks, Rob. I mean, I love what I do. I love working with the players that I have, both men's and women's team, and you know, I'm there just to be a cheerleader most of the time. You know, I appreciate their putting in the hard work, and I think that their hard work is what, you know, got the award for me. And you know, I'm honored to have gotten it, but it's their work on the court.
Obviously, now we're recording this early in the week and awaiting the NCAA selection show coming up, and maybe a chance to be one of those top teams that would have a chance to host regional competition.
Yeah, I mean, we're going into it, you know, tonight, you know, being the 2 seed previously in the previous weeks, and you know, a loss maybe have dropped us a little bit. We're hoping that maybe we still keep it. We only have 2 losses in the region, which is still the second best number. So we're hoping that keeps us at that 2 spot and being able to host. Being able to host would be fantastic, to be able to sleep in our own beds, you know, be able to play, if bad weather, on our own indoor courts, which is a huge advantage. So our fingers are crossed, but no matter what, we're excited just to hear our name announced tonight. And no matter where we travel to, the guys are ready, and we start today in just a few minutes with practice, getting ready.
Obviously a competitive region, and this region has certainly proven to be one of the top regions in the country.
Yeah, it's really unique, because it's kind of how they do it in NCAA tennis is each region gets a certain amount. There are 3 regions that get 8 teams. The rest get anywhere from 3 to 5. So it shows that our region is one of the strongest regions in the country, where they respect us and go 8 deep. So that means that it's tough. You know, that means that every team in our region is really, really good. And no matter who we draw first round, it's going to be a test.
How much does it help having some of those older players, maybe near the top of the lineup, that have kind of been through this before and had a chance to play in regional competition?
Yeah, I think Jan Kupel is a junior, and he moved into the 1 single spot halfway through the season. And he really embraced it and is playing amazing tennis. And I think that leadership of him being able to step in, we did have a freshman in that position, which I rarely do, but the freshman held his own. But I think having an upperclassman step into that spot and kind of be a leader for the team, and kind of just, you know, he's able to just go out there and just give this fight that all the rest of the players feel. And I think that, you know, they've done a really good job this year. Andrew Swerchek doesn't play in the lineup, but he's basically our team captain, our team leader, our everything. He's kind of like the glue that keeps our team together. And I think that his leadership this weekend, it really, you know, really got us really well this weekend, and will push us for this upcoming week. But he really, you know, is there for everyone on the team, and especially the freshmen. And I think that his upperclassmen, whether or not, even though he's not on the court, I think that his experience and his leadership is really, you know, proven for our success this year.
Well, Coach, congrats again, and thanks for the time, and best of luck in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, thank you, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.